Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Art of Connection. I am your host, and I am so incredibly happy to have you in the studio with me today. Have you ever had that moment where your heart starts racing and your palms get sweaty because someone unexpectedly asked for your opinion in a high-stakes meeting? Trust me, I have been there more times than I care to admit. It is that terrifying feeling of being a deer in the headlights while everyone waits for you to say something brilliant. But here's the good news. Thinking fast and talking smart is not a talent you are born with. It is a skill. It is a muscle that you can build with the right techniques and a little bit of grace for yourself. Before we dive into the deep end, I want you to take a deep breath with me. Just one. Let it out slowly. Today, we are going to break down the barriers of spontaneous speaking, and I promise you, by the end of this session, you are going to feel a lot more prepared for those ambush questions. The secret is structure. Our brains crave structure, and when we provide it, we stop the cognitive freeze that happens during moments of panic. Let us start with my absolute favorite framework, which is the what, so what, now what model. It's simple, but it is incredibly powerful. When someone asks you about a project or a new idea, start with the what. This is the definition. What are we actually talking about? Just the facts. Then move to the so what. Why does this matter? Why should the person listening care about this specific detail right now? And finally, the now what. What is the next step? What action are we taking? This closes the loop and makes you look like a leader who is always thinking ahead. I remember applying this for the first time in a frantic board meeting, and the relief I felt when I realized I didn't have to improvise a whole speech. I just had to fill in 3 boxes. But what about the anxiety itself? That physical vibration in your chest that makes your voice shake? We have to acknowledge that anxiety is just energy. It's your body trying to help you perform, even if it feels like it's sabotaging you. One trick I use is to reframe anxiety as excitement. Tell yourself, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. It sounds cheesy, but it actually changes how your brain processes those physical signals. Another technique to keep in your back pocket is the problem, solution, benefit framework. This is gold for when you need to be persuasive on the fly. Identify the problem clearly, propose your solution, then describe the benefit of that solution. It's a logical flow that is very hard for people to argue with. Let us take a moment to talk about the power of the pause. Most of us are terrified of silence. We fill it with ums and ahs and filler words that dilute our message. I want to challenge you to embrace the silence. When you are asked a tough question, take 3 seconds. Just 3. It feels like an eternity to you, but to your audience, it looks like confidence and thoughtfulness. It shows that you are actually processing the question, rather than just reacting. Reaction is fast. Response is measured. Now, I want to share a little secret about listening. Most people think great talkers are just great at talking, but the best communicators are actually master listeners. If you listen with the intent to understand rather than the intent to reply, you'll find that your answers practically write themselves. It's like magic. When you really hear what someone is asking, you catch the nuances and the subtext that allow you to answer the question behind the question. Communication is about connection. It's about bridging the gap between 2 minds. When you focus on the other person instead of your own performance, the pressure starts to melt away. I used to get so caught up in looking smart that I forgot to be helpful. Once I shifted my focus to being helpful, my communication became much more natural and much more effective. We are approaching the end of our time together, but I want to leave you with a practical exercise you can do today. Try the 1-minute challenge. Pick a random object in your room, like a coffee mug or a stapler, and try to talk about it for 60 seconds using one of the frameworks we discussed. It will feel silly at first. You might stumble, you might laugh at yourself, but keep going. This is how you train your brain to find structure in the chaos. Remember that you are human. Even the best speakers in the world have off days. Don't aim for perfection, aim for presence. Thank you so much for spending these minutes with me. It means the world to have you listening and growing alongside me. Go out there today, and when that unexpected question comes, take a breath, find your structure, and speak your truth. You've got this. I will see you in the next episode. Stay curious and keep connecting. This has been a production of The Studio. Goodbye for now.